So for my final project, I'm going to be recreating the same experiment that Newton did. Newton's experiment was he had a dark room, like completely dark, no light was coming in except for from one point. So that point was he made a little hole in his wall, so just a tiny bit of light could come in. And so then he had a prism. This is mine, you see it. Anyways, so he took his prism and he put it against that little point, right? So the sunlight was coming in, the direct little bit of sunlight was coming in through the wall, shown through the prism, and then a whole like spectrum, like a whole rainbow of colors shown out from the prism onto the wall, right? So I'm going to be recreating that, but instead of doing it in a whole dark room, I'm just going to be doing it in a box. Basically what I'm going to be doing is I will poke a tiny hole through here, right, for the direct sunlight to come in, and then I'll shine into the box, right? And then I'll put the prism obviously on the other side of the wall, but like, so the light will shine in through the prism and then it'll reflect on the other side of this box. I think I might even put a little bit of piece right here, so I can have like my rainbow. I can separate the colors, so if I have that piece there, and I can maybe slide it so it blocks out everything but one color. But first, I gotta get the measurements. Okay, now I'm going to measure this box, so I can, you know, put that into my blueprint so I can actually plan. So, 15 inches by 15. Okay, that's convenient. And then the whole, how long it is. It's like 42, 43. Or like 42 and a half or something. So I gotta put it down in my notebook. Newton isolated a single color by blocking out the others with a piece of wood. He did this so he could observe what happened to a single color as it was refracted twice. Prism's going to reflect the rainbow, and that's going to hit this wall, right? But it could hit like a whole area. And so what I basically made is this. It's just adjustable, right? And so where you pick that single color that you want will go through here. These windows are so that we can see what happens inside the box. Additionally to this door right here, I'm going to make one right here for where the second prism will be reflecting. Alright, this is cut out. So this is what the hole looks like from the outside, and that is what it looks like from the inside. Now that the prism is added, we can take the box outside and test it out. I added the adjustable wall and had the colors shine on it. Newton believed that this was the splitting of pure white light into its most fundamental form. While today our understanding has evolved and we know that this is not necessarily the case. I made this piece be able to slide back and forth so we could pick our individual color. However, the slit ended up being too large. It did not isolate the single intended color. So with the false wall, it worked, but I found the slit was a little bit too big, so I might just somehow make that a little bit smaller. I cut a slit in a piece of duct tape and then put that over this slit just to make that slit for where the light's going to come through just a tiny bit smaller. Now I'm going to mount on the second prism. This is the setup of both the prisms. Here is the individual color being refracted a second time. We can see it on the floor and on the wall. Here we can see that the color has its own angle of refraction. This is why the colors move as we change in between each individual color. I had the colors shine on another prism, and I thought it was really cool how the prism reflected the light. I don't exactly remember what I did here, but I thought it was really interesting. I noticed that when the box became dark, the phone camera blended together the lights, making it look white. I had the colors shine on the phone camera, and then I moved it back and forth, and we were able to see all the colors of the rainbow.